Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Pesachim Perek He Mishnah Gimal. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss the Korban Pesach that's brought for the wrong people. Now, not for the wrong purpose, but now we're moving on to the wrong people. Right? You slaughter the Korban Pesach, without, for the wrong people. Right? What does this mean? You get it for someone who's, let's say, someone who's elderly or young, kind of minor, or someone who can't eat a kazait basar. Right? So all these people, we know that the Pesach has to be slaughtered for people who specific, right? Or actually, right? Or let's say people that weren't counted with you. We know that Korban Pesach has to be slaughtered for specific people who are part of your group, right? Right? And we also know that it has to be eaten by people, right? It has to be people that can eat from it, right? So someone who can't eat a kazait, right? That wouldn't count because the pasuk says ish lefi ochlo. Or let's say you did it la'aredim. Aredim is someone who didn't get a brit milah. Right? Pasuk lo yochal bos. They're also not allowed different. But temeim, right? Someone who's tameh. I mean, also from the Pesukim in the Torah to speak about why we even have a Pesach Sheni, right? Remember, the people came to Moshe, right? They were tameh, they couldn't do the Korban Pesach. So all these, if you slaughter with any of these people, right? For any of these people, you had in mind to slaughter for any of these people, pasul, this Korban Pesach is pasul. But let's say le'ochlav v'shelo le'ochlav. Let's say you slaughter it, for a minor who's not eating from it, or an arel, someone didn't get a brit milah, who's not eating from it, but you also was slaughtering it for the rest of your family who are part of this group, or the mnuyav v'shelo mnuyav, for people who are part of the group and people that weren't part of the group. Right, this is the case. Right? Or if people who are had a brit milah, and for people who didn't have a brit milah, they're part of the same group. Or people who are tameh. Right? So you're not just slaughtering it only for tameh people or only for someone who's an aler, right? Because over here there's people who are able to eat from the Korban Pesach in your group, kasher, right? This Korban Pesach is kasher. Okay. Now, what's interesting is what's the difference between this Mishnah and last Mishnah? Last Mishnah, we said if you have, the intention, right, of the wrong purpose and the right purpose in the same korban, it doesn't matter. It's posel the korban. But over here, when you're slaughtering it for the right people and the wrong people, the korban is kasher. So last Mishnah was pasul. The korban over here, this Mishnah, it would be kasher. What would be the difference? Now, Abraham brings three reasons, right, which is interesting. The first one he points out is more of a pinpointed logic, and that is that in last Mishnah, the pisul, what made it pasul, was the actual korban itself. Right, the pisul itself was wrong. Was the korban itself? Right, the wrong intention with the korban. But over here, the pisul, right, what makes it pasul is external to the korban. It's the people who you're slaughtering it for. So you're not making the korban pasul, but it's the group that it's slaughtered for, which is external to the korban itself. That's what's causing the issue. So if you have anyone over there, that would be allowed. If anyone is able to eat from it, then it would be allowed. Right? It's in the yeshiva world, they call it chefetz gavra. Right? They actually use this, right? The chefetz, the korban itself, the chefetz, the subject of the the object actually of the item, the korban itself. When there's the pisul in that object, it's going to be totally pasul. But when the gavra, right, the person who's there's an issue with the person bringing the korban, who the korban is brought for, then it's not going to be posel. The next and then the second answer he gives is because over here in our Mishnah, it's for the people who can eat for it and people that can't eat for it. So you could actually distinguish. You could separate the people who are pasul and the people that are kasher. Yeah. Do that also, so that would be okay. And lastly, the third reason is that when we had the case of last Mishnah, lishmo and shelo lishmo, right, for the right purpose and the wrong purpose, that's something that's noheg that applies to all kodashim, to all korbanot. Right, but over here, when we're slaughtering, the Korban Pesach, and it needs people like Ephraim, like any group, has to be part of a group that's specific to a Korban Pesach. Okay, now the Mishnah continues. Shehato kodem hatzot pasul. The person slaughters it before hatzot, middle of the day. Pasul shneimar bo ben hadvayim. You have to do it ben hadvayim, right? Which is in between the hadvayim, right? On the after. Hato kodem latamid. Kasher, right? Even though we said you have to you bring the Korban Pesach after the Korban Tamid. Over here, if you brought it before the Korban Tamid, as long as someone is actually mixing the blood, right? We don't want it to coagulate, to congeal and become hard, because you need to sprinkle it on the Mizbeach after the Korban Tamid. Ad sheyizrok dam tamid im nizrak kasher. And even if it was sprinkled earlier before the Korban Tamid, it would also still be